Now I invite Ms. Vimla Chheda, Ashok Patel, Naveen Chheda, Bharti Shah and Rupa Shah for an election skit.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Ashok Patel, the moderator for today's presidential debate between former President Donald Trump and the Vice President Kamala Harris. The focus of this debate will be to ask the candidates about their policies as it relates to Indian Americans and India. So welcome them.
Oh my God. We definitely made an impact because we have Donald Trump joining our Diwali celebration.
My first question is to
This may be the one and only handshake you'll ever see, ladies and gentlemen.
My first question is to President Trump. What is your plan and policies towards the Indian community and India?
I love India. I love Indian Americans. They are very hard-working. They are very hard-working and intelligent people. Many of them worked in my administration when I was the president. And I'm a great friend of Prime Minister Modi. Last time when he came to the US, we had a big rally in Houston. 50,000 people came to attend that rally. And guess what? When I become president again, we are going to have even a bigger rally.
Same question to you, Vice President Harris.
As you know, my mother, Chandra Gopalan, was born in India, and like many of you, came to the US for higher studies. Growing up, I visited India multiple times. During Biden-Harris administration, we have a very close relation with India, both economically and militarily. As you know, China is a big threat to both our countries. I will continue to expand on these activities to counter China. And by the way, the large crowd in Houston that my opponent mentioned was gathered to see and hear PM Modi and not Mr. Trump.
President Trump, why do you think Indian Americans should support and vote for you?
I made a big tax cut, and Indian Americans are high income earners and they love my tax cuts. And if I am elected again, I will make even a bigger tax cut. And that's one great reason for them to support and vote for me.
Madam Vice President, your turn, please.
I am a big proponent of helping middle-class people and lifting them up. I will cut their taxes, increase child tax credits, help first-time home buyers, and make sure that billionaires like my opponent pay their fair share of taxes.
Now, we will give a chance to one of the audience members to ask a question. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
Would you join our South Jersey Hindu senior citizen celebration next year? And if yes, what would you like to have?
President Trump.
Sure. I will come next year to attend this great Diwali function at ICC here in Malta. Last time when Prime Minister Modi came, we had a big White House gala dinner, and he had a home-cooked Indian dish. So when I asked Prime Minister what it was, he gave me a spoonful of that thing. I asked, and it tasted very good, looked very healthy, low calorie. So I said, what do you call this thing? He said, we call it khichdi. And that's I would love to have when I come next time.
For the record, let me give you correct pronunciation of the dish that President Trump just described. It's not khichdi, it's khichdi, and the pronunciation of your opponent's name is not Kamala, it's Kamala. Madam Vice President.
I would love to attend your Diwali celebration. When I was a little girl, visiting my grandparents in Chennai, my nanny used to make the best dosa. Even now, when Mindy Kaling visits me on some Sundays, we make dosa, but they're not as good as my nanny's. Also, she used to make the best coconut chutney.
Now, the last question. Your closing remarks, President Trump.
Indian people like you love bargains and giveaways. And I will give $1,000 tax credit to each one of you so you can buy a Rolex or an Apple Watch. And that way you will have no excuse of coming late to Bulabai or the senior group meeting.
Vice President Harris.
Don't fall for that.
No.
A $20 Timex watch will get you there in time. My mother, like most of you, worked very hard and instilled in us the value of money, education, hard work, and family values, and respect for each other. I will govern with these values so that your children and grandchildren have a bright future.
And may I add one more thing here, please? Prime Minister Modi
Your time is up.
shared one secret with me as to how he got elected third time. He said, sell chai. Guess what? I'm going to sell burgers and McDonald's.
This concludes our today's debate. If any friends of yours have missed it, please watch it on 6 ABC channel, 6 p.m. evening news. Special thanks to Mrs. Vivah Cheda for projecting and coordinating this skit idea. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Don't forget to watch.
Very good.